1978 was a year when music simultaneously defied boundaries and united the world. Disco ruled the dance floors, rock legends flirted with new sounds, and pop anthems became timeless classics. It was a year so dynamic that Saturday Night Fever alone sold over 40 million copies worldwide, forever embedding the Bee Gees into the soundtrack of an era. Join us in this video as we take a look back at 15 unforgettable songs from 1978. Number 1. Shadow Dancing, Andy Gibb. When you think of unforgettable 1978 hits, Shadow Dancing is one of those tracks that instantly comes to mind. With its catchy melody, smooth vocals, and infectious rhythm, Andy Gibb became a household name thanks to this disco anthem. But what made this song truly stand out wasn't just the music, it was the unique combination of family talent and the magic of the era. Andy, the youngest Gibb brother, was already riding high on the coattails of his siblings' success with the Bee Gees. But with Shadow Dancing, he wasn't just in their shadow. He was carving out his own place in music history. The track was written by Barry and Robin Gibb, the powerhouse duo behind the Bee Gees' chart-topping hits. It's no surprise that the song had that signature Gibb sound, but it was Andy's unmistakable falsetto and youthful energy that turned it into a massive hit. From the moment you hear that first beat, Shadow Dancing grabs you. The melody is irresistibly danceable, and Andy's voice, smooth, seductive, and full of emotion, pulls you into the song. It's the kind of tune that makes you want to hit the dance floor, even if you've heard it 1,000 times before. The blend of disco and pop was perfect for the time, capturing the essence of late 70s nightlife with its vibrant energy and undeniable appeal. The song's success wasn't just about the music, it was about the way it made people feel. Shadow Dancing became the signature spirit of the disco era. Fun, carefree, and full of life. It was a song that defined a generation, and even decades later, it still brings that same joy when it plays. Number 2. What You Won't Do for Love, Bobby Caldwell.
What you won't do to do for love.
Released in 1978, What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell became an instant classic, and it's still captivating listeners to this day. The song effortlessly blends elements of R&B, soul, and jazz, creating a sound that's both timeless and undeniably smooth. Written and performed by Caldwell, What You Won't Do for Love is a heartfelt ballad about the lengths one is willing to go for love, encapsulated through its soulful melody and emotionally charged lyrics. With its silky strings and soft piano arrangement, the song has a timeless quality that draws listeners in. Caldwell's rich, soulful vocals, often reminiscent of seasoned soul singers, surprised many when they discovered he was a white artist. This vocal mastery combined with the track's smooth production made the song stand out and earn its widespread appeal across various music genres. When What You Won't Do for Love hit the airwaves, it quickly climbed the charts, reaching number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and peaking at number 6 on the R&B charts. Its mellow yet emotionally powerful vibe helped establish Caldwell as a respected artist in the late 70s and beyond. Number 3. Hopelessly Devoted to You, Olivia Newton-John. Released as part of the iconic Grease soundtrack in 1978, Hopelessly Devoted to You remains a defining ballad of its era, and one of Olivia Newton-John's most memorable performances. The song captures the raw vulnerability of longing and unreciprocated love. With lyrics that feel like a heartfelt letter written to someone who may never truly understand the depth of your emotions, Newton-John's tender delivery, combined with the lush instrumentation, turned this track into an anthem for romantics everywhere. The song's impact was undeniable. It earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song. It became one of the standout moments in Grease, helping to cement the film as a cultural masterpiece. Olivia's phenomenal performance, set against the backdrop of dreamy nostalgia, captured the essence of teenage heartache, making it universally relatable across generations. Even today, the song's appeal resonates. Whether it's playing at a karaoke night or during a rewatch of Grease, Hopelessly Devoted to You continues to tug at heartstrings, proving that love, no matter how complicated, always finds its voice through music. Number 4. Hot-Blooded, Foreigner. Released in July 1978 as a single from their Double Vision album, this track became an instant hit, cementing Foreigner's place in rock history. Written by Mick Jones and Lou Gramm, Hot-Blooded is an electrifying rock anthem that channels pure energy and passion. The song's fiery lyrics, exploring themes of desire and intensity, are matched perfectly by its dynamic instrumentation. The iconic riff, backed by a hard-hitting rhythm section, sets the tone for the entire song, while Lou Gramm's powerful vocals amplify the track's irresistible appeal. The chorus featuring the iconic line, "I'm hot-blooded, check it and see," quickly became a favorite sing-along moment for audiences, while the song's electrifying energy secured its place as a rock radio classic for years. The song was a commercial success, reaching number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, and firmly establishing Foreigner as one of the most prominent rock bands of the late 1970s. The album Double Vision, with Hot-Blooded as one of its standout tracks, went on to become multi-platinum, further propelling Foreigner into the spotlight. Even today, Hot-Blooded remains a classic that continues to energize crowds and rock playlists worldwide. The track's timeless energy, powerful vocals, and gritty guitar riffs ensure that it's as popular now as it was in the late 70s. Number 5, Kiss You All Over, Exile.
I wanna kiss you all over.
In a year dominated by disco fever, Exile's Kiss You All Over brought something different to the table. A sultry, seductive soft rock anthem that had listeners swooning. It wasn't just a song, it was an experience. Kiss You All Over marked a significant shift for Exile, who originally started as a rock band before embracing a more pop-friendly sound. Written by Mike Chapman and Nicky Chin, hitmakers known for their chart-topping collaborations, the song was built for success, and with lead singer Jimmy Stokely's smoky, soulful delivery, it became impossible to ignore. The track's slow-burning build paired with its suggestive lyrics made it both intimate and electrifying. It wasn't the kind of song you'd dance to under disco balls. It was the one that set the mood afterward. Whether it was playing on the radio or in the background of a dimly lit room, Kiss You All Over had a way of drawing listeners in and keeping them hooked until the very last note.
Every time I'm
Number 6, YMCA, Village People. YMCA by the Village People is your best bet if you're looking to have everyone on their feet dancing. The moment that opening beat drops, you can almost feel the energy shift. People spring to their feet, hands rise into a triumphant Y, and suddenly everyone, no matter where they are or what mood they're in, is united in a joyous choreographed celebration. How many songs can claim that level of universal appeal? YMCA was more than just a disco hit. It became a hit, cementing itself as a symbol of fun, inclusivity, and unapologetic self-expression. But the magic of this track lies in its layers. On the surface, it's an anthem about camaraderie, inviting listeners to enjoy a community space like the Young Men's Christian Association. Jacques Morali, the mastermind behind the Village People, co-wrote the song with Victor Willis, the group's lead singer. Willis, dressed as a cop in the band's iconic lineup, brought a booming, charismatic vocal energy that gave the track its unique personality. And then there was the visuals, the biker, the cowboy, the Native American, the construction worker, the soldier, and of course the cop, all representing different archetypes of masculinity. Musically, YMCA was built for the dance floor. Its pure disco glory with its driving bass line, triumphant horns, and a chorus so irresistible it practically dares you not to sing along. The lyrics might be lighthearted, but the sheer joy in their delivery makes you feel like you're part of something bigger. It's no wonder the song topped the charts worldwide and became one of the most recognizable tracks of the disco era. Then there's the dance. You know the one. It's so simple that everyone can join in. From school dances to weddings, parades to stadiums filled with sports fans. Choreography is a universal language of joy and celebration. At its core, YMCA is about community, a theme that resonated deeply in a time of social change and continues to do so today. It's a track that celebrates individuality while reminding us of the power of togetherness. Number 7, Baby Come Back, Player.
Baby, come back.
Sometimes all it takes is one perfectly crafted song to catapult a band into stardom. And for Player, that song was Baby Come Back. Originally released in 1977, this classic tale of heartbreak and regret dominated airwaves in 1978. The story behind this hit is as relatable as it gets. Co-written by band members Peter Beckett and J.C. Crowley, the song was inspired by a breakup Beckett had recently gone through. Instead of wallowing, he channeled his emotions into a plea of reconciliation, creating one of the catchiest breakup anthems of all time. What set Baby Come Back apart is its seamless blend of soulful harmonies and pop rock sensibilities. From the iconic opening guitar riff to the heartfelt chorus, it's a track that hooks you from the very first note. And let's be honest, haven't we all had a baby please come back moment at some point in our lives? Number 8. Le Freak, Chic. If there's one song from 1978 that still gets everyone on their feet without fail, it's Le Freak by Chic. From the moment the signature bass line kicks in and that first freak out is heard, it's impossible not to feel the groove take over. It's a track that has transcended generations, continuing to be a disco anthem decades after its release. Chic, led by Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards, crafted a masterpiece that blends funky rhythms, polished production, and pure dance floor magic, making Le Freak a song that's as relevant today as it was back in the late 1970s. What makes Le Freak unforgettable isn't just its infectious beat or its unmistakable hook, it's the story behind it. The song was born out of a night of frustration when the band was denied entry into Studio 54, the iconic New York nightclub. As the story goes, Rodgers and Edwards were turned away, leading them to vent their frustration by writing the track. Ironically, the very club that inspired the song became one of its biggest supporters, and the song quickly became popular in the disco scene. When it comes down to it, you can't deny that Le Freak is pure perfection. The bass line is as funky as they come, driving the track forward with an energy that never lets up. The rhythmic guitars, brass section, and the soulful vocal delivery from the ladies of Chic all come together to create something that feels effortless yet undeniably electrifying. It's the kind of song that doesn't just invite you to dance, it demands it. But beyond the music, what truly makes Le Freak resonate is its sense of freedom and joy. It's the ultimate celebration of life and the liberating spirit of disco. The lyrics, playful and bold, reflect the essence of the time, a time when disco wasn't just about the music, but about self-expression, unity, and living in the moment. Le Freak was a chart-topping sensation, spending 6 weeks at number 1 in the Billboard Hot 100, and becoming one of the best-selling singles of all time. Number 9. Boogie Oogie Oogie, A Taste of Honey. The disco movement of the late 70s produced some of the most danceable songs ever, and Boogie Oogie Oogie is yet another shining example. From the moment that funky bass line kicks in, you know you're in for a good time. A Taste of Honey didn't just release a song, they delivered a full-on invitation to get up and let loose. The track was the brainchild of band members Janice Marie Johnson and Perry Kibble. Johnson was reportedly inspired to write the song after being told to boogie during rehearsal. What started as a funny response quickly turned into one of the most iconic disco anthems of all time. Boogie Oogie Oogie had it all: high energy, killer bass lines, and vocals that oozed confidence and charisma. The song was a celebration of the freedom and joy that disco embodied. Whether you were dancing under flashing lights or listening on your car radio, it was impossible to resist its charm. This track didn't just climb the charts, it earned A Taste of Honey a Grammy for Best New Artist in 1979. And while disco has had its ups and downs over the years, Boogie Oogie Oogie remains a beloved classic. Number 10. 3 Times a Lady, Commodores.
You once, twice.
When a song can reduce an entire room to silence with its beauty, you know it's something special. 3 Times a Lady by the Commodores is one of those rare gems. It's a ballad so deeply heartfelt that it transcends genres, generations, and occasions. It's no wonder this track became one of the most iconic love songs of the late 70s. Written by Lionel Richie, the song was inspired by a heartfelt comment his father made to his mother, calling her a great lady, a great friend, and a great love. Touched by the sentiment, Ritchie transformed that thought into a timeless masterpiece. The lyrics, paired with his soulful delivery, turned what could have been a simple love song into a deeply emotional anthem of gratitude and devotion. The track is elegant in its simplicity. It's built around a delicate piano melody, with strings gently underscoring Ritchie's vocals. There's no excess here, just pure raw emotion, and that's what makes it so powerful. When 3 Times a Lady was released, it didn't just top the charts. It became a moment of cultural significance. It marked a shift for the Commodores, who had been known for their funkier hits, and it solidified Lionel Richie as one of the most gifted songwriters of his era. If you've ever teared up listening to this song, don't worry, you're in good company.
And I love you.
Number 11. Grease. Frankie Valli.
Grease is the way we are feeling.
When you think of the movie Grease, what comes to mind? The catchy songs, the slick hairstyles, the unforgettable dance moves? Frankie Valli's title track tied it all together, capturing the film's spirit in just over 3 minutes. Grease wasn't just a theme song, it was a bold declaration of everything the movie stood for. Fun, rebellion, and unapologetic coolness. Written by Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees, the track was handed to Valli, whose legendary voice delivered the perfect mix of charm and swagger. The bass line, punchy horns, and undeniable disco groove made it impossible not to move, instantly hooking listeners. What's particularly fascinating is how Grease managed to bridge 2 distinct eras. On one hand, it paid homage to the 1950s rock and roll nostalgia that defined the movie. On the other, its disco-infused production rooted it firmly in the late 70s, giving it a modern edge that resonated with contemporary audiences. This smooth blend of old and new made the song as timeless as the movie itself. And those lyrics? Grease is the word. Wasn't just a catchy line. It became a cultural catchphrase, perfectly encapsulating the film's energy and attitude. The song didn't just dominate the silver screen, it conquered the charts too. Grease soared to the top of the Billboard Hot 100 in 1978, marking Frankie Valli's final #1 hit. Its success extended globally, becoming a defining anthem of the disco era, while taking the crown as one of the most iconic movie theme songs of all time. Number 12. You're the One That I Want. John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John.
I got chills, they're multiplying.
Some songs became iconic not just because of the music, but because of the chemistry between the performers. That's exactly the case with You're the One That I Want. The electrifying duet between John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John from Grease. It's the moment when Danny and Sandy shed their respective personas and meet each other halfway, fully embracing who they are. And let's be honest, who didn't want to be Olivia in those leather pants or Travolta with that effortlessly cool smirk? Written by John Farrar, specifically for the film, the track wasn't actually in the original stage musical, but its playful energy and undeniable catchiness made it an instant classic. The upbeat tempo, playful lyrics, and sizzling chemistry between Travolta and Newton-John created a moment that's impossible to forget. It became one of the best-selling singles of all time, spending 9 weeks at #1 on the UK single chart and reaching #2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1978. Here's a quick challenge for you. Try listening to this song without singing along. Happy to report I failed this challenge myself. Number 13. Baker Street. Jerry Rafferty. Some songs capture a mood so perfectly that they transcend time, becoming instant classics. Jerry Rafferty's Baker Street is one of those rare gems, a track that has remained unforgettable since its release in 1978. With its introspective lyrics, beautiful arrangement, and one of the most iconic saxophone solos in music history, Baker Street is a phenomenal art piece. The story behind Baker Street is as compelling as the music itself. The song takes its name from the famous street in London, but its inspiration runs much deeper. At the time, Rafferty was caught between 2 worlds, the legal battles stemming from the breakup of his previous band, Stealers Wheel, and his yearning for a fresh start. The lyrics reflect this sense of transition and uncertainty, with lines like "winding your way down Baker Street, light in your head and dead on your feet, painting a vivid picture of someone searching for direction. When we focus on just the music, Baker Street is a masterclass in mood and atmosphere. The track opens with a dreamy acoustic guitar, setting the stage for Rafferty's smooth, contemplative vocals. But then comes the moment that elevates the song into legendary territory, the soaring saxophone solo. Played by Raphael Ravenscroft, the sax riff is one of the most recognizable melodies in music history. Fun fact, Ravenscroft reportedly disliked the solo, believing it was slightly out of tune. Fans around the world clearly disagreed. Backing the sax and vocals is a rich arrangement of guitars, pianos, and strings, creating a sound that feels expansive yet intimate. It's a sonic representation of yearning, both hopeful and melancholic. The production is warm and layered, making it easy to lose yourself in the music. When Baker Street was released as a single in 1978, it became an immediate smash. It reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the United States, held back only by Andy Gibbs' Shadow Dancing, and climbed to number 3 on the UK singles chart. The song was a global success, earning Rafferty widespread acclaim and cementing his place in music history. Number 14. Rivers of Babylon, Boney M.
By the rivers of Babylon.
If you think of a song that's echoed through decades and cultures, one that brings both the sense of nostalgia and a timeless groove, Boney M's Rivers of Babylon is certainly at the top of the list. This reggae-influenced hit captivated listeners worldwide, turning into one of the group's signature songs and becoming a significant anthem that's still widely heard today. Inspired by the biblical Psalm 137, Rivers of Babylon tells a story of exile and longing, drawing from the Hebrew people's experience of being taken captive in Babylon. The lyrics, which are deeply rooted in themes of loss and yearning, are delivered with the soothing yet compelling vocal of Boney M's lead singer, Liz Mitchell. The chorus by the Rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion, captures a sense of melancholy and reflection that resonates on a universal level. Rivers of Babylon is a blend of reggae rhythms with a pop sensibility, which helped it cross over into mainstream success. The collection of harmonies and steady rhythm section provide the perfect backdrop for Mitchell's soulful, emotive delivery. It's a song that gets stuck in your head, not just because of its melody, but because of the emotion that it conveys. The song was a massive commercial success, topping the charts in numerous countries. In the UK, Rivers of Babylon became Boney M's biggest hit, staying at number 1 for 5 consecutive weeks and becoming one of the best-selling singles of 1978. Its success was not confined to the UK. The track hit number 1 in multiple European countries and made its way into the top 10 in the US. It's one of those rare songs that achieved global acclaim, resonating across generations and continents.
The rivers of Babylon, here we.
Number 15. Miss You, The Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones were no strangers to reinvention, but Miss You was a bold step into uncharted territory for the legendary band. With its disco-infused beat and infectious groove, this track proved that even rock royalty couldn't resist the allure of the dance floor in the late 70s. Written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, Miss You was born out of jam sessions during rehearsals for their Some Girls album. Jagger was inspired by the pulsating rhythms of the New York City club scene, and with the help of Billy Preston's keyboard riffs and Charlie Watts' impeccable drumming, the Stones created a track that bridged the gap between rock and disco. What's brilliant about Miss You is how it stays true to the Stones' bluesy roots while embracing the slick production of the disco era. The lyrics tell a story of longing and heartbreak. The upbeat tempo and funky bass line give it an irresistible edge. And let's not forget Mick Jagger's vocal delivery. It's equal parts soulful and cheeky, making the song impossible to ignore. Miss You was a massive success, reaching the top of the charts and introducing the Stones to a new generation of fans. It was proof that even after nearly 2 decades in the game, they could still surprise and innovate. Which of these unforgettable songs from 1978 still gets you singing along, or dancing like no one's watching? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.